What's up, guys? It's Ruka here, and we're back with her for another discussion. It has been a while since we have done one of these,
Mhm.
but I have Steve and Michael here. Not Michael's not going to be able to stay long because it's late on his end, and he's going to have to sleep. But yeah, we've got a couple things that have come up that
Mm.
we want to talk about, and since it is kind of running late for Michael, this might be a shorter discussion video. So anything that doesn't get brought up here, we'll probably do like a follow up in the future, hopefully. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started with one of the first major topics is that Sakurazaka's next album is coming out in a couple days, actually, on the 30th of April. Their second album, Addiction, is coming out. They
Mhm.
already released the title single for it. So, what do we think of that for those of us who have heard it?
I mean, I wasn't too warm to it at first. And looking at the lyrics as well, it's definitely a departure from, I guess, from typical Sakurazaka lyrics.
Mm.
Um, oh god, but yeah, like the album as a whole, not really much new stuff in there. There
Mm.
are remixes of existing songs plus the title track. I understand why people might not be fans of the fact that the new stuff is just mainly remixes of old songs,
Mm.
but my argument is that I guess the production time coinciding with their 11th single, I'm like, it kind of makes sense as to why everything was so limited in that regard, because all the production was focused on 11th single.
Mm.
Uh, Plus, with their tour of the same name starting tomorrow,
Oh.
I'm just hope I'm just hoping a lot of the new songs get performed at least tomorrow. But across the
Mhm.
tour, even.
Mhm. And yeah, I think
So
that's understandable too. The fact that like they have all these things kind of like overlapping with each other, then it makes
mm,
sense that they would like do something where it's more like I guess more of like a compilation album, I guess, or like you said, the fact that they have like remixes of other songs that they've done by like different people, which is a
mm,
pretty cool concept in and of itself. And yeah, addiction as a song is pretty good. I get what you mean regarding the lyrics because the lyrics are focused on like the idea of addiction, the idea of like being addicted to someone, obsessed over someone or something.
exactly.
So I get what you mean that that's like kind of different from what Asakura Zaka have done in the past. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that'll be like performed. Have they already confirmed the formation for that? Like, or is it in?
No, but they're performing it on Monday, so
So we'll see. Oh, there's so much I want to talk about with this later. Okay then.
who knows?
Well, right then. Steve, did you listen to Addiction or no?
So I haven't. So what I usually do, like recently with 48 and 46 groups, I usually just wait until either the album or single just comes out and just listen to the whole thing instead of just the one. But I'm kind of curious, what do you mean by like remixes? Like, are they covering other artists' songs? Because I know AKB
No,
just did an album
no.
last
They
end of
brought
last year
in
that did that.
no. What they did is they brought in international DJs that did actual like proper instrumental remixes to their songs. The one that was released early was a remix of Shonen Yokyu. I like that particular one. Hold on. Uh,
So these
Mm-hmm.
are just all Sakurazaka songs, not any from Kayaki's.
no, no,
No.
yeah,
Okay, sorry.
exactly.
So just Sakurazaka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I was
think the
just curious
one
on
that
it.
was, yeah, that's fair. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one who did the remix for Shonen Yokyu is Nina Girachi, who's an Australian DJ. I liked it. A lot of people had the opposite view, but again, taste is subjective, and I like almost anything, so you know.
I hadn't heard the remix yet, so I'll have to go and check that out.
Yeah. Let's see what. Yeah. So, 静寂の暴力、少年欲求、いくつの頃に戻りたいのか、自業自得、I want more to come, and Udagawa Generation all have remixes. So, from the crossfade that was released a little while ago, again, I like almost, but like my food, I like almost any type of music. So, I'm alright with a lot of those.
All right then. So yeah, some other exciting news with Sakurazaka is that they have revealed their fourth gen members. We've gotten little profile videos for each of them, kind of showcasing a little bit of their personality, some of their talent showcasing of like skills that they want to do. So yeah, definitely going to be exciting to see how they will be integrated into the group and like what their performance skills will be like once we actually see them start to perform with the group. So yeah, Michael, are there any particular members that stand out for you?
Not at the moment.
Hmm.
But yeah, there is a former Sakura Gakuen member who joined the group recently in
That's
Sato
right.
Neo-chan.
I do remember
Um,
that.
but yeah, I'm just curious, like just how they're gonna integrate into the group. Like it took a while for, like especially in the Keiki days, for the second gen members to kind of integrate within the group, and now it was similar with third gen, and then now with fourth gen. I think for me mainly, rather than the girls themselves, it's how the fans will kind of, you know, react to them. Like
Mm.
I've mostly seen positive comments.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm just excited to see them see a new gen debut within the group. Really, it's been two
Yeah.
years now, so
Uh-huh.
it's funny. How only one member has stated that Sankey member is their Oshi, but it's kind of funny because it feels like a similar kind of dynamic that this this particular member's Oshi had with the first gen member. What is
Oh,
it?
wait, that's right. That's right.
I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but there was a Yonki who was a Mio Oshi,
Yeah,
and I'm
Mato no
just like
Mio.
私が目標とする先輩のメンバーさんは、的野美代さんです。
I feel like this is a similar dynamic that Mio had with Bon when she was in with Kobayashi Yui when she was in the group.
Uh,
Um,
that's
it's
so cute.
members were actually so excited to become like senpai in the group that like as each member was revealed, a lot of them were on their mobile like, you know, discussing their thoughts about each member, and
Mm.
like it's nice to see, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like, and it's just, and like it was recently announced, I think this morning, that the fourth gen members equivalent of their Omotenashikai is happening in June. So
Oh.
mm, I'm I'm not predicting this. I'm just assuming maybe their first song will be in 12th single, and maybe 12th single will be released around June. But then
Hmm.
again, the tour ends around June, so
Hmm.
I am
Yeah, I
I
could see
am
that
curious.
happening like summer release, so June, July maybe.
Oh, sorry, it doesn't end June. I think it ends August because I know Tokyo Dome is
Mhm.
at the end of July. So
Oh, okay, okay. So we'll
I'm
see.
just hyped.
Well, it's all right. We got your big topics out of the way, Michael. So you go ahead and turn in for the night, and me and Steve will
Okay.
take it from here. All right. So since Michael's turned in for the night, I guess it turns over to us. So, is there anything recent that you would like to discuss, Steve?
Um, I guess no, SKE's recent single. I mean, I've listened to all the 48, 46 stuff that's been released, except for, like I said, the album or Addiction before,
Mhm.
from what I know, has been released.
Mhm.
But obviously with my love for Nagoya, I have to listen to SKE
Mhm.
every single time, no matter what.
Right.
Um, but let's see, their new single. What was their new single called? Hold on one second, because I know I have how I rated stuff. Tick Tick or Tic Tac Zack.
Mhm.
Tic Tac Zack. Um, Overall, I thought the single was okay-ish. I gave three of the songs meh. Tic Tac Zack is the best song in my opinion.
Mhm. Mhm.
However, there's one song that kind of stood out to me, as you might have know why, because I kind of brought it up 1 or 2 days ago. Is that Kokoro Kokoro yo Koi o Agero was filmed at Nanzan, and I'm 100% sure on that. I went there for my college. I When I was watching the video, the whole entire time I was thinking, hold on, wait a minute, this looks familiar. And then I'm like, yeah, there was like no doubt in my mind with like how the building structures are, especially like with the outside shots. I'm like, hold on, that's right by the library. They shot that in the library. I know they did. They shot that in the R building, which is the majority of what the music video was in, because that's the building that most of the exchange students, like the foreign exchange students, came and did their classes in. So I'm like, hold on, I know that building. And I
Mhm.
even gave you a picture of like the comparison of the angles. I'm like, even
Uh-huh.
though the music video has like slightly bluer windows, I don't know if that was like a blue tint kind of thing that they did
Mm.
editing the video. But I'm like, no, that's exactly where that is.
Mm. Well, that's
So,
really cool.
some nostalgia came over to me when I watched that music video.
That's awesome.
um, and besides that, I haven't really been doing anything. And I know that you have a topic about anime on this, and I just mentioned one right before we started this video. So
Mhm.
I guess we can go on to that if you want.
Sure. So I've been checking out. There have been two anime that have like come out this year that I've been meaning to check out, and I finally did like over this past week. So one of them only just recently started, but the other one started back in February. So there was a couple more episodes for that. So I ended up doing like the first three episodes of Princession Orchestra, and then I did up to episode 7 of Kimito Idol Pretty Cure. So yeah, two magical girl idol music related anime that I thought seemed very fitting to talk about this. And yeah, overall, I did enjoy both. So talking about Kimito Idol Pretty Cure first, this felt like very much a kind of return to form for the franchise because like the past couple seasons in the Reiwa era specifically, they've like been a little bit more experimental, playing with the formula and stuff like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So the Reiwa era has been kind of wishy-washy in terms of its quality, but this feels like kind of a really back to basics sort of season. It's like, yeah, a lot of it is like very simple in terms of like its setup of like, oh, this kingdom got attacked by the forces of darkness, and the idol Pretty Cure are the warriors of light to help restore this kingdom back to its former glory and beat up the bad guys. But yeah, it's cool to see it from the frame of like because in the past we've had like music themed motifs in some seasons or like idol characters, but this is like a specifically idol themed season, so I think they're able to tackle it in an interesting way because on top of the fact that they are superheroes fighting these bad guys, they are idols. They are public figures. The fairy mascot literally they put up videos of their performances online without their permission and got in trouble for it, which I thought was very funny. And so now just the public knows about who they are like asking them for jobs and promotions and stuff like that. So it's interesting to see this dynamic of like, oh, the Pretty Cure aren't just like superheroes. They're public figures now. The people know about them. Not exactly the extent of like, oh, they're fighting these monsters, but they know that they're famous. So it's interesting to see that dynamic and kind of like what I mentioned about the situation with the fairy posting their videos. The comedy in this is really funny and really entertaining. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that, just seeing it being like basically a back to the basics type of season after so many like kind of experimental playing with the formula type seasons. So yeah, looking forward to it, especially since where I stopped on episode 7, they had introduced their third member of the core trio. So yeah, really enjoying that. Princession Orchestra, on the other hand, is a new original IP actually. It's produced by King Records and Takaratomi. So like Takaratomi are making the toys. They have some people from Elements Garden working on the music, so it sounds really good. They work on some really good stuff. And a lot of the staff on this anime actually also worked on another show called Symphogear, which has a very similar premise of people like using music and singing while they're fighting monsters. Now, Symphogear in comparison is very dark, a lot more mature leaning show compared to this, where it's very like family friendly in comparison. But I still like it. It's really good. It's first off the music, like I said, really really nice, but also like a lot of the animation from this is really cool and really dynamic to see. Like especially just from the opening, the unique way they use like the cuts of just the characters' mouths to show them like mouthing the lyrics was a really cool detail. I really liked that. And then also just a lot of the world building is like they're building up quite a bit of mystery surrounding like the lore and stuff of basically this alternate reality that girls are able to go to and they can like sing and dance and do whatever they want. They promote online as like, virtual personalities and stuff like that. But there's a lot of mystery around like how did this get made and what all is going on here and who is this mysterious force who's coming up against these princesses who are using the power of their songs to fight against them. It's super super interesting, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they will develop on that because this is also a core trio of 3, but they haven't introduced their third member yet as of me just watching episode 3. So looking forward to her introduction as well, the third member of that team. So yeah, I definitely say give these a shot if you're interested in that.
Mhm. Like I've heard of Pretty Cure before because it's such a famous show, like
Mhm.
even in Japan. I remember I tried to watch the first season, like the actual first season of the show, but I just couldn't get into it because of the animation style, and it
Ah.
just didn't look good at all.
I mean, that's understandable. I mean, the original Futarewa came out in like 2004, so the
Yeah,
franchise
so it's
has been
old.
going on
So
for 20 years at this point. And the good thing about this, that's okay. If you don't like a certain season, like most of them for the most part, there are a couple that have like sequel seasons, but like most of the franchise is like kind of standalone stuff, very similar to Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, those sort of shows. So like each of them has a different motif or theme, different core team and characters, setting, all that. So you can play around with it with Pretty Cure, like similar to with Kamen Rider or Power Rangers. You can find a season that like, oh, if you didn't like a particular season, you might really like this one. And I've definitely had instances like that where like I wasn't a fan of a particular season, but I know some people really like a particular season. So yeah, it's really just like it's going in and just like seeing what works for you. So yeah.
And then I guess for like my anime that I've been watching. So I don't remember how long ago it was announced, but now it's an anime airing this season. Because as you know, I've been branching out from idols to just general artists and stuff. But I've always been a fan of Bandmade. And then all of a sudden, I think it was sometime the end of last year, they announced that they were doing the theme song of an anime, and then all of a sudden this anime comes out. That anime is called Uraku Reiri no Tashinami deshite. Um, and the interesting thing of that is they actually rodeo scoped bandmade playing, so it makes like the animation feel so
Oh.
fluid whenever they're jamming. So far, there's only 3 episodes out so far. The fourth one's I think coming out tomorrow, I believe.
Mhm.
But obviously, with me already knowing like Band-Aid's role in this show, got me interested, wanting to see it, and I'm just trying to make comparisons to the characters to the members of the band because they were so involved
Mhm.
in this, but so far I'm really liking the concept. It's kind of funny because it's kind of a mix to me, like it's a music anime, but also at the same time it has that element of a sports anime because the two main characters that we have right now, they kind of hate each other and they try well they
Like a rivalry type
yeah,
situation.
it's like a yeah, so
Oh.
one doesn't want to lose to the other when they're playing their instruments, so they make each other better. And just even
Oh.
though the best comparison I can compare it to, even though I don't like comparing anime to this, is Haikyuu
Oh,
with
okay, okay,
Hinata and
okay.
Kageyama. How at least how I know in the beginning of the show that they don't like each other, but
Mhm.
however, because their rivalry is so high that they want to beat each other, that they actually, you know, whenever they're doing music, they
Right.
end up making each other better and it makes the performance a lot better. So that's how I kind of see this show. And it's kind of interesting because I know that there's at least, I think, 4 members in this band, and we only have the first two
Mhm.
so far in the anime. And the one like major thing about this is like it's at like an all girls prestigious school, so them doing like
Ooh.
rock music is kind of not what they would say is very lady like.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So they're
We have seen the situation before.
so that's kind of like the premise where it's at, where they're trying to keep it kind of on the down low, but at the same
Ah,
time when they play they just go really hard.
got it, got it. Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing where this anime goes.
Well, all right then. That is super cool, honestly. So yeah, I think because I have to go and get dinner ready, I think we'll go ahead and wrap the discussion up here. So yeah, even though there were a couple of things that we definitely want to get to in the future, we're definitely saving that for a future discussion video, hopefully sooner rather than later. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. So if you did like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more content. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye bye!
Hi guys.